Oh. So hi if anyone's watching. Decided just to jump on and do a little bit of zone 1, zone 2, because I need to put some upgrade kilometers on this bike, and it is a Canyon, is it Inflate CX bike, or gravel CX, but I've got a ladder race on Monday, and it's on this route, and I've never rode it before, and apparently it's 80% gravel like this, so I definitely want to check it out. And looking at the graphs and everything from earlier, it's gravel bikes are faster, and if gravel bikes are faster, I probably need to upgrade it a little bit. Oh. But I was literally just sat on the sofa watching TV with my missus, and I was like, I need to do something. Kids are playing, and actually I've been ill the last 2 days, and I'm still not 100% now, but there's like a sickness bug in my house at the minute. My daughter's got quite a high temperature, so to be honest, I'm probably safer in the garage. But yeah, I'm let's have a look. Sideline, what's this bike look like? That's not the sideline. Yeah, that looks all right, that, doesn't it? Yeah, Canyon In-Flight, I think it's called. With the gravel, I did upgrade the tyres to the Roval gravel tyres. Oh god, it makes you look like you're going slow the minute you move to this, doesn't it? It's got a long lead in this. So it's like 2.5. Oh, is it not? It's 2 laps. It's 2 laps of the race that we've got on Tuesday. And weirdly, trying to find footage of this on YouTube, this course, It's quite difficult. So I thought, well, do you know what? I'm just going to ride it. And if I ride it, I might as well ride the kind of distance I'm going to ride on Tuesday. But yeah, I see what they're saying about the amount of off-road it is. In fact, the race that I watched that was on YouTube, half the other team were on mountain bikes. So if we're going to go on mountain bikes, I'd have a good mountain bike, but I haven't. So I think it's going to be very rare to find anyone who's got a like level 5 gravel bike. It's going to be very difficult to find anyone with a level 5 gravel bike because it's just, they're so like rarely used. There's no need for them really until you get a course like this, and they're so few and far between, the gravel courses, because there'll be things like, I think I read something about the Sker Summit is mainly gravel, and a gravel bike is quicker up there, but the length of time it takes you to just come to a stop at the bottom and switch to it, because you'd lose so much time on the flat, on the build up to it, that it's kind of pointless. So I suppose on a route like this, where it is predominantly gravel, it does, but he's motoring, isn't he? It does make sense. Oh. So this ladder month has been awesome. I actually think they should maybe do something like this more often. And if you don't know, if you've not been participating in ladder racing this month, it's a ladder advent, I think they've called it. And there's been no picking of the routes or power-ups. Ladder have done it for you. So whatever day you've organised your race for, the route and the power-ups picked. And actually, I've quite liked that, because I've raced some different routes. Well, I say that, I did Hell of the North. I raced that before. But I wouldn't pick it. Hey Dwayne, you alright? Hey, great racing yesterday on FRR. It was really great watch. And it was awesome seeing the 4Vs in that pack together. Just a pretty tough finish on it. This is going to be a spicy race, isn't it? Oh, well, you don't need to recon that one. Everyone knows Bologna. It's infamous, isn't it? Oh, what a race that is. That's not a ladder race, that. That's an ITT. Because there's no drafting. There's no, on that kind of slope, there's no draft on it. How steep it is. So ultimately, it's a ladder ITT, which is just stupid. No, their courses I find silly, like. But this one on Monday, quite intrigued by it. So I'm a last minute entry to it. I say last minute. It's Saturday. We've had someone had to drop out, and I was supposed to be travelling up north. But I got the days mixed up, and it's actually Tuesday we're going up north. So as soon as someone dropped out, I was like, I'm free. I just don't know what I've got myself into. But yeah, I wouldn't be volunteering if it was Tuesday in Bologna. I hate that course. It's not even a good TT course. Like, I don't know why people like it. It is just a honking climb. because you can't, right, the lead up to it is nigh on flat, right? So yes, you probably get a lot of time on the TT bike on it, but you lose so much on a TT bike on a climb like that, where if you could bike switch onto the Athos or something like that, or just have something like the SL8, which is good at climbing and on the flat. Yeah, this was very impromptu tonight, like, I had no plans to do this today. It's got to be one of the longest lead-ins ever, this. Seems like a lot of people are on this route, though. Wonder if they're on ladder on Monday. And as soon as I seen the name pop up, Spirit Forest, I was just like, I don't think I've heard of that route. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So there's no draft on the lead up. Yeah, there's no draft on the lead up to the climb, I suppose, as well, yeah, because they're on TT bikes. No, I'm not a fan of that course. Hey, Jamie. So, I am upgrading my CX / gravel bike. Canyon In-Flight Infinite. I need to put 75k on it for upgrade 1. So I'll do a little bit today and the rest of it tomorrow. But it's solely down to the fact that it's on this course, and everything we've looked at. Zwifter bikes, I don't think's caught up with the update, because there was an update in the summer which didn't slow down road bikes. What it did is improved mountain and gravel bikes on this terrain. So therefore, it was significantly different. And we had people, so we had, I think Paul claimed it earlier. Let's have a look in Discord what he said. That climb I've just done there, someone's been and climbed it today, and he did it on, let's have a look. Ooh. Oh, where is it? Where's his message? Right, so he tested it on a level 5 SL8 with 4.5s, and then a Zwift level 1 gravel bike. And his Zwift level 1 gravel bike was 28 seconds faster on that climb at the same watts. Well, this one, Jamie, I'm only getting it to level 1, so it's at least better than level 0, but it's only 100 kilometers. So, because I've used it on a 25k race before, so I figured I'd come and do a couple of laps of the route just to get kind of familiar with it, and then because like I say, I don't know if any of you have rode this route before, because I heard the name and I was like, Spirit Forest, nah, never heard of it. But Mrs. saying it earlier, it's like, I don't think I'll find anyone with a level 5 gravel bike. So at least if I've done one upgrade to it, it's better than none, isn't it? And at least I'm gaining drops while I'm doing it, because I'm still quite drops poor, but I already had this bike, you see, so So I didn't listen to Dan's advice last time. Oh, I did, actually. You know, Dan... So we had a ladder race, and Dan kept telling us, use gravel bikes, use gravel bikes. And we did, and we got spanked. And I instantly went, it's the gravel bikes. It's because we were on gravel bikes, but it wasn't. They were a better team. And actually, I wasn't as good of a rider then. Oh, you've done the specialised crooks. Okay, so there you go. I do know someone who's got a level 5 gravel bike. But are you trying to upgrade 3 specialised bikes to get the Halo? Because I can understand that. I don't want to. I literally want to keep my average at around about 200 watts. I don't want to go above it. Well, I had a look on Zwifter bikes, and like I say, I don't think Zwifter bikes, Jamie, is caught up, because on this route, which is 80% gravel, it was saying the SL8 was the fastest. And I took the pictures of it and stuff like that. Probably you might have seen them in the Discord, but like the next gravel bike. Oh, so like the SL, it's kind of my time that I'd put in. Obviously, I'd put my weight and what power. It was say like 33 minutes 45 seconds for the SL8 with like DT Swiss arc wheels. So 35 45, 33 45. And then as soon as I switched it to gravel bikes, it was the Chevello, a Spuro, and it was 34.19. So significantly different there, Nick. So you look at what, 30, 40 odd seconds? 40 odd seconds between the two. It's just in case bike. Yeah, I suppose at your level, the level you're racing at, mate, these upgrades really matter, because I've seen people at the pointy end, at the end, going, I could have rode so much faster if I wasn't on the Zwift Steel bike. And they're probably right. Yeah, that's okay. So a bit of tarmac for a change. Yeah, I'm on the fence with that, Dwayne, because I like the fact that they assign a bike, but what's the point now in Zwift having upgradable bikes for things for competitions to go, oh, you can't use them? Because it's just then, what's the point in upgrading them? There's no point at all then, is it? Hey, Adam. So, Adam, are you going to get a gravel bike then? I was going to say, was that it? Is that the only tarmac we've got? But we're a little bit more here. So. Okay. Well, I think everyone's kind of saying, you know what I mean? I don't think you have to test, mate. If everyone's saying it, it must be true. The gravel bikes must be faster. It'd just be interesting. Be really interesting to see what the other team would have they're going through the kind of same thing of going like, oh, are we should we go for it? Yeah, no, I get that, Jamie. I do get it. I do like get the fair racing side of things. But at the same time, it's never fair, is it? Because people have different trainers. Some people will have a Zwift ride, some people will not. I mean, some people will have steering. That's why I like when they take the steering out. But then you just kind of get used to it. You change your way of racing because of it. It's kind of like Formula 1, isn't it? You bring your upgrades. The track and the course is the only equaliser. Because I think Zwift need to catch up a little bit with ZRL. Because it's their premier, like they work with WTRL for it to be their premier competition. Yet they're still working on pace category groups. And there's no steering. Like, so I'm sure ZRS has been in for over a year now. And one of the biggest selling points of the Zwift ride is its kind of steering. But yeah, I tell you, I had a bit of a shock to the system the other day when I did that epic race, because I was like, where's the power-ups? Because you just get used to them. You go through a banner and you'd be like, right, where am I saving the power-up for on this? And then you go, I haven't got one. Power-ups I can understand. But actually as well, I did that on a SL8, which hasn't even had a level 1 upgrade yet. That was a hard race, that. Like, that's the furthest, longest race I've ever done as well. So if you haven't seen that, that's on my channel. My first epic race with epic results, I think it's called. Oh, you know what? I'm feeling better than I thought. Got a little bit of a pain in my tummy. Yeah. No, I agree. There's flaws in it, and I think people would tank their ZRS as well. People would absolutely tank their ZRS to stay in a league below. So it should be like, what you're in, you're stuck in. Even if your ZRS improves. Or maybe they just don't score towards ZRS points. ZRL. Because I remember when we did Sisu in the summer. And that was one of the best organised series I've ever been part of. Like, it was so good. But as soon as people were flagged, like, they were upgraded. And like, people were getting caught out for doing races in between and coming last. And they were just getting bumped up in the group up above. So hats off to the Sisu boys for that. It made the racing so much better. Because it evened it out after 1 or 2 races. The Zwift Carbon. Now you need the Zwift Gravel. Yeah, cheers, Jamie. Honestly, it's probably the smartest race I've raced. Because I just watched every move that came. Oh, I'm sure the Zwift Gravel's only like... Can I look at it while I'm riding? I don't know. Nah, you can't look at the drop shop. I'd have to stop. I'm sure it's only... Oh, right, yeah, I've got the Zwift Gravel. But yeah, saying Jamie, that race, I just followed every move, and actually, I think we were really lucky that we took such a big pack around, because I've watched a couple of others since, and they've been in like 2s and 3s, and I think that's the problem. Like, when you're in 2s and 3s, you're not going to move as fast as what 10, 15 people are, and everyone was taking turns. So I think I was quite blessed in that, because I think our time was one of the quickest, and I've seen some big hitters do it in not as quick time, but that doesn't mean that I would have beat them. It just means that maybe their race was a bit of cat and mouse and people are slowing down in parts and stuff. I'm not disillusioned in the fact that I thought that was a monster race and I would have beat some big hitters. Because a lot of them big hitters know where to turn the screw. So this is the second time up this then. So it's not very steep. There's a go up. Oh yeah, there's a couple of red bits there. It's kind of been a 5.1 throughout this bit. So although I'm upgrading, I am also kind of reconning the route. Yeah, I have noticed that, Jamie. I've like just been dragged along in a big pack before. No, I'm not on the Zwift gravel, Adam. I am on. Let's have a look. How can I am on the Canyon Inflate or Infinite, whatever it is. Right. I can't see what it is to read it now. Oh, can I? No. Maybe. Let's have a look. Oh. Let's have a zoom in. Oh, on that side, is it? Ah, you can't see it. Right, in flight or wherever it is. Infinite. We'll go with Infinite. Someone will correct us in the chat once they've had a look. The problem with them, Adam, is they're expensive for a start. They're expensive for a start. And, yeah, that's the one I'm on, Adam, yeah. Because it's a CX bike, but if you read the thing, it says it's good on gravel as well. It's like, I think it's one above on that chart of the Zwift gravel bike. But I already had it, so I'm not going to go out and buy another one. And also, I didn't really have the drops to buy another one. Where, at least this one, I can buy it and probably upgrade to level 1 before the race on Monday. But yeah, those ones you're looking at, yeah, base level 0 will be really quick. Be quicker than what this is at level 1, to be fair. But one will be expensive, so it'll rinse your drops. And then the upgrades are expensive as well. Thing is, I've got loads of bikes to upgrade. I think the only thing that's level 5 is my Canyon Air Road. My TT bike's at level 3. And I can upgrade it now. But I don't want to waste 350,000 drops on it, because I'm not using it at the minute. But in time for the TTs on ZRL, I'll upgrade it then. And then the other one's the SL8, which is at 0, but I think I've got about 100k left to do on that for a first upgrade. They're big upgrades, Em. And then I've got the ASOS, the climbing bike, which is at level 4, I think. But I guarantee I'll put something onto that before then, because if you don't know, and if you're watching, TMP are tackling the Alp on the 30th of December. We're going to race up the Alp for one last time to end the year. We're not doing it on New Year's Eve. That's a bit sad. People will be out celebrating, hopefully. And also, we probably won't get many numbers on New Year's Eve. So, one big last ride of the year. I don't think I'm going to PR, but you never know because it's a race. So I'm just going to try and stay with the front group for as long as I can. But then if there's honking people like Jamie turn up, we could do like 35 minutes. I ain't going to stay with him for very long, am I? Yeah, it's probably a good idea, Adam, to stick with a Swift gravel bike. Because if you've already got it, does that mean you've rode it before? You might already have some stuff on it to upgrade. I did see there were some races on tonight. There's a few other people live tonight on some stage 1 of a tour of something. But I didn't look because I was getting myself sorted to come in here. But actually, I'm not in a... What is your PR, Jamie, by the way? I wanted a couple of days rest. Like, yesterday, I'm not kidding, yesterday I was doubled over in pain. Right? Like, stomach cramps. I was in clip. And I didn't sleep very well because of it either. But the day before, my daughter was ill as well with the same thing. I've got twins. So what they do is overlap illnesses. And today, the other one's got it. But she's actually, like, got a temperature, stomach cramps, and the shits as well. So it's going round. There we go. What was that? 30 minutes in zone 2. Your time up there is pretty rapid as well, Adam. Maybe a few people hanging on to you, like, if you're on that. 38.05, okay. That is sickening, that. That's like 9 minutes faster. 9 minutes faster than I can do it. You could have got off your bike and be halfway through a shower, and I'm still climbing. So I'm just looking. What is the exact distance on Monday? Because it is a bit of a weird scenario at the minute, because Ladder are also doing custom finishes, which is a bit of a pain. Because, like, let's have a look. Where's our race? Where's our race? Even though they're all the same. Right, 21.69. Okay, so I need to keep an eye out for 21.69. So then I can kind of share this with the team. Yeah, no, I completely... So yours is 42, Adam. So you want to be aiming to hold on to Jamie then. So I think you've got 37 in you as well, mate. You had like a 10-minute gap to one of the pacers the other day when you were zone 2 up there, and you almost closed it down. Just sickeningly fit. Yeah, see, so we've got on our chat now. So Ed has done a bit of testing, and he had a level 0 Chevello Aspero, whatever it is, and it was faster than a level 5 Canyon Air Road, which is what the bike I would have used. Well, gotta give it a bash, Adam. If just a set of peace of mind, isn't it? Yeah, that does help, Jamie. It's like 63 kilos to my 85. Although I might be 84 at the minute, after the amount of excrement that came out of me yesterday and today. See, I think this is, like, on the last lap, this is going to be a little bit of a launch pad, this. This is something we need to be mindful of on Monday, Adam. With like 6k to go, you got this little ramp here. Could this be the first launch pad to kind of attack and get away? or to watch if someone tries to attack and get away. It's a strong team that we're facing. For those that haven't seen our latest ladder race, go and have a look at Colin Emerson on Inside Cycling World. And he does a bit of a commentary for us. His commentary's awesome, especially because he doesn't know all the riders. So where mine says McCarthy or Adam, for example, even though his name's Adam, his Zwift name's B Adam. He was, here we go, Brian Adams. So he makes up a name for you. Alid has been getting called Alan off him for ages, so we just keep calling Alid Alan, just for the sake of it. Yeah, do you know what? I think that's it's a good shout, that, Jamie, because, like, I'm not testing the race pace now. I am literally spinning my legs. I haven't got a race in me today. I really haven't. I'm weak. But it was more. This was more of a recon of the course, but also to kind of put some kilometers on this bike. Yeah, and I think that's where ladder will kind of come into it, Jamie, as well, because ladder is not just flat out all the time, is it? It's tactical. We might end up like slowing down and playing a bit of cat and mouse, but then it could just be flat out like it was the other day. Well, we were just full gas for the whole 6 laps of that crit course. Surprised I didn't set a new high heart rate, because I set high everything else. It's your first day off the bike in 18 days. Mate, you are a machine, though. You are. Absolute machine. Like, I watch some of your streams, mate, and the numbers you put out, just phenomenal. I can understand why you race at such a high level. It's also really interesting. Like, if anyone in the chat hasn't been over at Jamie's channel, go and have a look at Jamie's channel, because the if you've only ever seen Zwift racing, there is a bigger wide world out there, and there's a lot of stuff on my whoosh, and the races are really interesting to watch because it's just different dynamics. Yeah, some people are, Jamie, though. That's the thing. It's the courses dependent, because I've been in some ladder races where we've been like, this is pedestrian, what's going on? But then there's a climb later on, and it's just gone absolutely batshit on the climb. Or they've just been... I've been on where someone's done 15 watts per kilo in the gate. So as soon as he started, there was just flames and he was just gone. And we're just chasing from the gun. So they are just... They're so different. It's probably my favourite racing, because no two races are the same. Like, you can race Hell of the North every week, and it'll be the same thing. People will try and drop you on the intestines. It'll then stay together, and then it'll be all out on the final climb. Where, actually, Ladder done a pretty good thing the other day, in the fact that they give us Burrito and Ghost, because that made it tactical. As soon as we went through the banners and we had Ghosts, it was like, right, what should we do? Should we attack? Should we fake it? We faked it. They attacked. They burnt matches. We sat on the wheels. And yeah, we had to chase the wheels, but you're in the draft, so you're not working as hard. Yeah, I haven't caught up on the Prestige yet, Jamie, but I'm really looking forward to watching it. What I tend to do is I get up before the kids on a morning. I'm kind of a creature of habit. So I'll be up at 6. Coffee in hand by 6:05. I'll be sat on the sofa and I just put YouTube on and watch race videos. It's boring like that. It's either that or the news. Because there's nothing good on telly at that time of morning. And the news is just depressing. But it's interesting watching race videos because you kind of learn routes and obviously you want to kind of support other channels and watch them and stuff, so you got to find the time, haven't you? you know what? I haven't put the fan on yet. Been cycling for like 40 minutes with no fan on. But the garage is freezing, so... Oh, I'll turn it off. It's made me even colder. Right, here's another opportunity because of the climb and then the kind of plateau above it. Because it's not downhill as such, it might be like a -1%. No, Dwayne. So I think it's a multitude of things. And I haven't, do you know what? I haven't documented it enough. So I said in some of the videos that I was going to get a little bit more disciplined, and I have. So there's a few things I've done, one of which is sleep. I've been very disciplined with my sleep, and actually coach told me that ages ago. It's just, I've always slept for like 5-6 hours, and that's been me. But I've been going to bed a little bit earlier and getting a bit more rest. I've also incorporated a little bit more mobility every day, which I've not documented at all, which is a bit stupid because I should have. But things like my glutes, my quads, my hip flexors, I've really been opening them up. I don't know if you've noticed from a lot of my races, as I'm very comfortable out the saddle for longer periods of time, and I am 100% putting that down to the kind of flexibility and mobility stuff I've been doing. I've also been a bit more disciplined on the food than I have lately. So I used to have a bit of a reputation of having some bad meals before races. Like, I've had a kebab before a race, an hour before, and threw up. So I've just kind of been a bit more mindful of what I've been putting in me. I've started taking some more supplements. So you've probably seen the debates and stuff like that we've been having about the creatine. But I've been taking creatine. One thing I didn't notice, and I think it's prolonged my racing a little bit better, was I've just been using electrolyte tablets. And someone said in one of the chats once, have you got a carb mix in there? And I thought I did. I thought I'd been buying some kind of like all-in-one, but I hadn't. So I've never been taking on carbs while I've been riding. So now, not today, I've just got 2 electrolyte drinks because I was just zone 2-ing. But I'll tend to have like 1 or 2 bottles of electrolytes and a bottle of carbs. And you'll see, if you have a look at the epic race, my carb bottle was here. So I was reaching for that had my carb mix in. And I was kind of alternating it, drinking my electrolytes and my carb mix. So I felt like it's given me a little bit more energy. And then, I've not been ill. That's the, like, other than like today and yesterday. But like, I've had bug after bug. But I've still been racing through it. So I suppose I've probably been building some strength up, even though the rest of my body's weak. So once my body's been built back up, then I've kind of had the strength there already. And you know what? I've always had a good heart and lungs, always, from running. Even though I'm a big guy. So like, this is what used to frustrate people. Was I'm 85 kilos now. But like, even when I was 100 kilos, I could shift for a big lad, you know. They used to call it fat fit. This used to be like deceptively fit. But equally, being in the army, we've got to put kit on our back. So I was kind of built, in reality, to carry kit. So I would do like 4K runs carrying 35 kilos in like 25 minutes. In boots. And like, I was just strong, like an ox. Not like sprinting, I'm like shuffle, you know what I mean? Just like kind of glide along the floor so it's not too much impact. But like all of that muscle memory just kind of builds up. But I think one of the biggest things, and people don't pay enough attention to this, and I wish you would, it's a lot of stuff's in your mind. So people will have seen some of my races, and I'll be 30, 40 metres off the back of a pack on a climb. And it's so easy to give up then. It's so easy. But I haven't got it in me. If I can empty the tank and just like get up to it, I know it's going to be easier when I get there. And I think that's kind of something that's in me that I can't get rid of. Right, okay. So 1.2k to the finish of this lap, but it's 19.6k on this. So I think, what's it, 21.69, so it makes me say 21.7. Right, so I think it's about 100 metres short of the line. But yeah, if there's one bit of advice I can give someone is go into the race knowing it's going to hurt. If you go in thinking it's going to be easy, you shouldn't be racing, because none of the races are easy, and you're just gonna end up hurting yourself. But if you go in going, this one sucked a little bit less than the last one, but they all suck still, then you kind of frame your mind a little bit better. And actually, getting a bit of nerves is brilliant, because it keeps you on point. You always get nervous before a race, and this is Rift Race. It's a computer game. But I always get nervous before a race because I want to do well. Sometimes though, your body just says no. Your head can say yes all day long, but when your legs go, and that's happened on a few occasions. You just got to kind of accept that. Yeah, I'm yet to give my whoosh a bit of a shot yet. I will though. I keep saying I will. The problem is with me is if I go and do something different, I don't want to get hooked on it, because I love this. And if I go and do something else, I feel like I'm not upgrading my bike that I should be. Right, so this is pretty flat up here. So we've got 500 metres to go. Does that mean it's going to be a bit of a sprint finish then? So there's the line up there. So this might be one for us, Adam, to kind of watch the countdown clock versus the route clock on your right-hand side. Because if there's 100 metres difference in it, that's going to be where you start your sprint 100 metres before. And they're going to be like, oh, I can't sprint for 400 metres. And actually, we're 300. I wonder if it's this arch here. Because that would be naughty if it was, because it's underneath. Just through that arch. Come on, where's it going to be? Here. Oh, yes. Yeah, it's a good distance before. You'd fit right in on my bush, Adam. Beasts like you on there. Yeah, really interesting that it's going to be about 100 metres short of the actual route. So it's good to know. I might only do another 4k on this, and then that should be like, if it comes up 50k to go for an upgrade, I think I'll sack it at that. I don't want to push my body a little bit too much. And then tomorrow, I'll probably do 40k on it tomorrow. 35, 40k on it tomorrow. And then do the rest of it. Do the rest of it in my warm-up. Because you got to remember, you got to do a warm-up as well, haven't I? So, on Monday. So I could be warming up at least. Yeah, it's not a bad route, this, you know. Not bad. There's a few little punchy climbs in it. I think this is like Ladder has probably been given a list of routes of Zwift that just don't get used enough, even though they've created them. And said, like, can you put some ladder races on here? But I'm surprised, like, there isn't a more direct link with Zwift and Ladder. Kind of like WTRL. Well, you shouldn't be able to do some team racing on Zwift, organised through Zwift. Because I think they're missing the team element loads. This is zone 2, Noah. Hi, Noah. Well, I'm zone 1 at the minute, because I'm downhill, but yeah. I did say I was kind of keeping it in and around 200. 219 average. I think that's... Anyway, Noah, when's the tribe getting a ladder team? Got some amazing riders over there. We'd love to see some of that racing. Yeah, I agree, Jamie. I think he'd do really, really well on it. He's so strong, mate. When he kicked the other day on the Petty KOM, like, for as much as I've had some foam, it was humbling. It was like, see you later, mate. I could not follow that. That's when you know, when the screw gets turned by someone better, when you just know they've got a bit more than you. Especially when you're feeling good, and someone else just goes, "There you go, mate. There's my nitro boost." Oh, don't know why I'm not using any of these power ups today. So we've had a bit of a good run on ladder lately, and actually, on the whole of the rungs, it's all, there's a 12 rungs, 10, 12 rungs, and a rung's a league, and they have like 15 teams in a league. We're on rung 1. We're actually 9th in rung 1, so we've had a hell of a run the last 2 or 3 races, and we've beat some good teams as well. It would, Noah, honestly. Like, when I think of some of the guys that I race against in just normal racing, Z racing, crit racing, and stuff like that, like you've got Robert, Jizza, Jensa, Adrian. And that's just a couple that I know. They're strong, strong riders, and they'd be so good in a ladder team together. And the good thing is, what I love about ladder as well, is it's not as structured as what people think. They're not on specific days. It's all done around your schedule. You know what I mean? It's done between the captains of the teams. So They put it out there. Anyone want to race on Tuesday? Anyone want to race Wednesday? I mean, it's very, very kind of, what's the word I'm thinking of? Refreshing. It's not just like everyone needs to drop everything for 1800 on a Monday or on a Tuesday because it's ZRL or something. It's kind of like, do you know what? We've got a race on. And a lot of the captains are really reasonable as well. So if you have an illness in your team or an injury or something and it was meant to be 5v5, do you know what? I'm going to do a few more K. And you say, look, can we drop it down to 4v4? Or in some cases, I've seen 3v3. Then they tend to be all right about it. And in the races as well, normally there's some decorum within the races. So if someone has a mechanical in a race and you know about it, if someone puts it in chat, a lot of the time people will sit up. Oh, it'd be good to see, Noah. It'd be really, really good to see. And I know there's a few people pushing for things like trying to get bigger FTPs, trying to get different pace cats, whether B, A, C, B or A or anything like that. Then I've found you've got more chance of getting it while you're ladder racing because the racing's different. So if you're doing a Z racing race, it's like every man for himself. And like, yeah, you might chase down a move to try and get an attack or something. But when you're in a 4v4, someone goes off the front from the other team, you just need to chase it. Otherwise you're losing points. And every point for the team counts. So even if you're like 9th place, your job's to keep 10th place away from you. Doesn't matter that you're not at the pointy end, because that's the difference between 1 point, 2 points. And that can be the difference between a win or a loss. And that's what I love about it. It's like everyone across the board is putting the effort in. Doesn't matter if you're winning it. Doesn't matter if you're 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th. Right? Everyone's putting the effort in to try and win for the benefit of the team. I've been 9th and 10th loads of times in them. But actually, I think I've come in 10th once and we won by 1 point. And I was miles off the back. But I had to finish the race. If I didn't finish the race, I wouldn't have got any points. So it would have been a draw. And then I don't know how the draw works. I don't know if it's the higher team gets the points or whatever, or gets the win. Yeah, you're 100% right, Jamie. Like, honestly, it's so good like that. And like I say, you kind of work at a higher FTP because you're trying to drop another team. Ultimately, every race you're trying to drop another team. You're not just racing for a 200-meter sprint at the end. But yeah, I'd love to see more teams ladder racing. Just for variation as well. The more teams, it means you can have more races in a week as well. The problem with it is your team needs to be big enough to cater the 3 velo score spread. So I'm in the TMP Latour team. We only take people in the team who have got a velo score of 1, 2 or 3. Because you get not disqualified. I think it's like half points or something if you're outside of that. And obviously that's another massive distance, is it? Am I selling it well, Noah? Am I like a car salesman? But I'm like this with Zwift. I'm telling my non-Zwift friends, like, get on Zwift, this, and this. So when there's people I know Zwift, I'm like, get on ladder racing. You will love it. And actually, lovely success story from the team. Ian, his FTP's gone up nearly every raid he's done in the last like month, and he's absolutely buzzing. And his sprint, like, I don't know what Vela score he is. I think he's like gold or something like that. And this is like his sprint is only 100 watts less than mine, and I've got a decent sprint. And his is just getting better and better and better, and he's clipping at my heels with his max watts, so he keeps sending me screenshots of it. I did watch the video he's put on Noah of the kind of the three teams versus each other, like ladder style racing. It is great. Like, we do something similar, but you know what? We know how it's gonna go, because you've got a couple of beasts in the team, and when they turn up, you know there's already a spot on the podium gone. When someone like Lee turns up, you're like, right, because he's like an over 5.2 watts per kilo for 20 minutes kind of guy, and I definitely can't do that yet. So the inter-team ones is good, but also you kind of know each other in the team, so you kind of know what other people can do. And you'll be like, I can just push on this climb, so I know he's not a very good climber, or shit, I'm going to try and hold his wheel because he is a good climber on the flip side. "100% never over till it's over." Yeah, if you watch Colin's stream from the other day, you'll see that as well. Oh, was it Colin's? Or was it mine? No, it was mine. Like, last 100 metres on the petty KOM, I emptied the tank. And actually, I didn't realise till after, but the position that I was in versus the position I finished, if I'd not pushed, we would have lost by 1 point. So, actually, like, it blew me away when I did the working out. If I moved everyone up 2 spots, or 1 spot, and moved me down 2, we would have lost by 1 point. And I was like, that was 100% worth lying on the garage floor afterwards. Yeah, this is a bit of a random one today. I've never done like just a Zone 2 chat with everyone. And so I can say thanks for everyone who's turned up to chat. To double check, see if the kids are in bed, because my missus has put them to bed. If they are, then I can stay on for a little bit longer. Oh, you blinder. They are. So I'm very lucky in the fact that I've got a Ring camera in my daughter's room. My twin daughters are 6. And when we got our pet insurance to come with a pet cam, and I was like, well, dog does what she wants in the house, so there's no point putting it somewhere. But actually, the kids play in that room a lot, so we put it in there, and then it can just be like jump on there and go, or come downstairs, somebody eats, so you're not shouting up the stairs. And it's been really handy if I'm training or something. I'd put my iPad on with the camera on all the time, and I can just keep an eye on them, so I can still train when my missus at work. So I've just shut there. They're nicely tucked up in bed, so I can do a few more here. And I'm feeling all right. You know what? I went for the old school Lucozade as well. So when my daughter had the runs yesterday, we were at the pharmacy getting some Calpol. And my wife said, "Oh, is there anything I can get for a kid?" Obviously, for an adult, you can get Diorbalite, stuff like that. But she said, "No, you can't. Nothing below the age of 12." She went, "Get her some toast and maybe a Lucozade." So we bought her one. She didn't like it. So I was like, "I'll have it." That's probably why I've got her germs. No, I've seen like the camera's got an anti-tamper on it. So and I've jumped off my bike before, ran in the house, I mean, because it's literally next door, so. And they were just like, oh, we seen a light on it. Yeah, the light's on because I'm watching you. Because you can set, it's so clever nowadays, you can set things up on them so that they'll turn on with movement, they'll turn on with sound. So you kind of get a notification when someone gets out of bed. It's kind of like the old child monitors used to have when they were babies. What's really funny though is our friends come round and that son, I love him to bits when he's feral, absolutely feral. But he's got like baby blue eyes and he just batters his eyelashes and everyone loves him. But whenever he goes upstairs to play, it's the first thing he does is turn the camera around, and I just started laughing. And miraculously, the last time I went up there to check on them, the curtain pole had been pulled down from their window. So I was just like, that's why the camera's in there, mate. Oh, I've ended up doing another lap, which is good. Hi, Chris. You alright? Yeah, kind of come at the back end of it. I'm just recceing the route for Monday and putting some kilometres on me gravel bike, since it's an 80% gravel course. I am going to message you and pick your brain on that software you were talking about with Alid for recording or editing or whatever it was. So I'm always interested in learning new stuff. Oh, I can't believe I've not had the fan on the whole time. Like, it just shows how cold it is in the garage. You're 100% right, Noah. It's like butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. You go in and be like, yeah, it just fell down. Like, yeah, of course it did, mate. I put them up. They definitely didn't fall down. I was going to do the TMP social ride tomorrow, 9:15. If anyone's interested, banded ride. What's the route? What's the route? Because it's what's good about it being a banded ride on the route. So you can as slow as you want, you'll stay with everyone. It is on Power to the Tower. Oh, so it's up the grade, up the radio tower, I think. 45k. Do as much of it as you want, or as least of it as you want. But it's 1400, may as well say 1500 meters of elevation in that route. But with it being banded, I mean, you spin your legs. You put 45k on whatever bike you need to put on, or if you've got a climbing bike, 1500 meters of climbing on it. They're very social, a lot of chat going on in the chat, or you can join the Discord, and there'll be a couple of voice chats on there if anyone wants to join them. But I was going to do that in the morning, but I'm going to say how I feel after this, because that's been struggling with stomach cramps the last 2 days, and I think the only reason I'm on this is because the pain relief stuff I took earlier has kicked in. And I'll say how I feel when I wake up in the morning is determined whether I jump on it. But also, if I need to put 40k on this, then I'm not going to do that route, because that's probably going to take a couple of hours. I'll probably just jump on Tempest Fugit on this and just do an hour and a half and get the upgrade that's needed. The thing is as well, I need to upgrade my SL8. I do and I don't, because most of the racing that I'm doing kind of content doing it on the Canyon Air Road. Oh, you've been here for a while, Chris. Sorry. Listening to my ramblings. Yeah, a few people have asked me, how come you never look like you're in pain? Like, it just looks smooth sometimes. Honestly, I've got a very good poker face. Inside, I'm screaming a lot of the time. And then you see it when I finish. You see it all kind of let out, and I'm like breathing out my backside. And you don't see me lying on the floor, but I do. I want to try and stay very composed. I'd like to be a radio host. No, I've got a face for radio. I've noticed there's a lot of people doing stuff on Ruby at the minute. Doesn't really float my boat, I'll be honest. The My Whoosh stuff does. Mainly because I watch the worlds. The worlds on My Whoosh as well. Like, I watch Jamie most Sundays on it. Because it's a really interesting race, especially at his level. Oh, God. Well, yeah, I've not seen enough of Ruby to be sold on it yet. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? You can just kind of keep it together, and then it just explode afterwards and just fall on the bike. But I think it's because of the focus. Like, you've got to stay focused in the races, and then your body just like gives in at the end. And I'll be honest, I spend an eternity in the bath. My missus gans to bed in the meantime, half the time. And I'll probably top the water up at least once. I hope you're talking to Jamie there, Chris, because he's not my target. That guy's an animal. I'm sure he was like number 2 on Zwift, wasn't he? Okay, then I see the benefits there, Jamie. I mean, if you're going somewhere and it can replicate a route, then yeah, I could see it. But I watched a couple of races this week, and I don't know if it's just there's not enough people doing it, it's not enough exposure of it, or just some platforms do it better. Because I thought it looked a bit robotic. I know it was meant to be like real world graphics and stuff like that, but I wasn't sold. Not yet, anyways. So if we put this in football terms, Jamie, I'm Sunday League, you're non-league, he's Premier League. Is that how we're looking at it? So I'm blind as hell, right? Gotta wear contact lenses. And I can't think of anything worse. I see people do it all the time. But for me personally, I can't think of anything worse than Zwifting on a tablet or an iPad or a laptop, because I just couldn't see what was going on. I've got a big TV on the wall, not for vanity or anyway. I need to see something. Nah, you're not too old, mate. Okay, that's interesting to hear about Ruby having the best feel. Do you know what I seen the other day? On randomly came up was I think it was on one of the Zeal streams. there's a guy with a camera behind him, and he projects himself green screen where his avatar is now, where mine is. So you see the back of him, and he's got it in like first person view. And I was like, that's pretty surreal to see. I'd never seen it before. I don't think I've ever seen any of us Zwifter do it. But yeah, it's a really weird concept. And I thought, it's good, I suppose, if you're not talking or interacting with people and stuff. New car feel, Jamie. I think that's what it is, isn't it? So when you get a new car and it's automatically better than the last one, even though it probably isn't. Really worn it in. And you see the faults. Oh, do you know what? If I do till 40k, then I've only got to do 35 tomorrow. And what's this took me? An hour 15. Another 5k. Do this one 10-15 minutes. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I watched a ladder race, 2 teams. So it just reminded me there when I seen that mountain bike. And between the 2 teams, they were in a mixture of mountain bikes and gravel bikes on this route. And actually, the mountain bike, it was just the strength of the riders as well. And the mountain bikes were at the front. They were flying along. Yeah, you're right, Noah. Do you know what? That's a great question, right? I used to do loads of racing. Used to. Till about 4 weeks ago where I blew up and I had burnout. And then I literally started from scratch. I did 1 race a week. Done probably 3 to 4 zone 2 sessions. I done 1 strength session. And I had a couple of days off. And the couple of days off were the things that I was probably not used to. But yeah, a lot of people are saying, and I'm starting to come on side with it. Zone 2 is a thing. Zone 2 is a thing. And just time in the saddle, right? I think that's what people should stop calling it Zone 2 and just calling it time in the saddle. Because I remember I was just going out on my bike and just not going out for anything specific, just enjoying riding. So you just pick a route and go and ride it. You don't have to go hard, right? Because then you can stop being too structured of, I must stay between these watts. You just, like, if I want to get up this climb a little bit quicker and then take it easier on the other side, then so be it. It'll all balance itself out eventually. I think you just got to not fall out of love with stuff. And I was starting to fall out of love with it a little bit because I was just burning out. Like, I love racing, love it. Love the thrill of it, love the competitiveness of it, love the team aspect. But it starts to play with your head when you're not performing and you feel like you're letting people down. And you know you could do better numbers than that, but you're just like, why is it not working? And that's when I hit the reset button. And do you know what? I'll be honest, best thing I've done this year. By a long shot. It's 4 weeks. That's reading your thing, Jamie. Yeah, 4 weeks. 4 weeks of starting again. And get myself back to a base level and building up and I'm not even at base level. I was at a good level. My body just needed to rest. I was just redlining all the time. Nah, no problem. Honestly, that's what the chat's for. Ask me anything. Well, not anything. I'm not giving you my PIN number, or my mother's maiden name, or my first pet's name. So, right, it's like when someone says my door's always open. It ain't really. But yeah, fire away. No question's a stupid question. I always say to my troops. If someone will ask something, people will laugh, and they'll be like, well, you know what? He would have done something silly if he didn't ask that question. So it's not silly, is it? Yeah. No, you're right, Noah. Honestly, I got proper FOMO on a couple of races. And like some of the ladder races were great as well. And I was like, oh, I wish I was on that. But I would have been a hindrance. And we could have probably lost. I'm guessing, Dwayne, you've been on Swift Power. Yeah, Flo. I don't think we hear from him from time to time. He's jumped in a few races. But yeah, machine. Yeah, it is tough to stick to, Noah, and I do agree. It's like when you got a bit of time on your hands, you want to race loads and. Yeah. Yeah, it's 1-1-1, 1-1, 1-1-1. First to the first, 0-1, 5-2-1. There you go. Put that in. Do you know what? It's actually so funny because the other day, the phone jacker thing was on TV, and it was that can I have your bank details guy, and it just made me laugh. So I was just thinking of that again. Well, I hate long rides. Hate them. Right. This is probably the longest ride I've done in ages. An hour and 20 in zone 2. But again, I'm going to get to 40k now, at least. I say longest in time, not in distance. Take the one off, Noah. It's Christmas month and I've got kids. The bank account has took a hit this month, I'll tell you that. That's what Christmas is all about, isn't it? Well, I say that. My missus is well prepared. She's been shopping for months. Like, I love that whole meme of dads are so surprised on Christmas Day because they don't know what the kids have got. That is me, 100%. 100%. I know two things because I bought them because I had Amazon Prime. But the rest of it, I ain't got a clue. So when they open them, I'm going to be like, oh, that's nice. She's a very well-organised woman, my wife. She's been shopping since the summer, I think. So I'd pick something up and she'd be like, yeah, we'll buy that. And I'd be like, are you giving it to the kids? No, it's put away for Christmas. I'm like, wow. But my kids are awesome. Like, I've got to give them some kind of shout out here. Like, I can take my kids in a toy shop and walk out without anything. Like, I've kind of drilled into them from a young age that they get stuff on special occasions. I don't want to spoil them. So they get a treat if they do something good, or birthdays and Christmas. We like to stick to birthdays and Christmas for big gifts. Keeps them well rounded as well. And actually, their tablets, bought their tablets for them when we moved to Cyprus like 4 years ago. So keep them occupied in the plane and stuff. And they've got the same ones now. Never broke the screens. Look after them. The battery's amazing on them. I was just like, I'm really proud of how they look after their stuff. Like, Must get it from my missus, I think. Yeah, yeah, you got the Asimovs, Jamie, didn't you? Nice. Yeah, I've got Garmin. I'm Garmin rally pedals. I do like them, like, but I was contemplating getting another set, but the mountain bike ones, because I've got a gravel race. No, I'll tell a lie. I've got a cyclocross race. Yeah, you're right, Noah. Yeah. No, they're good. Like, I'll give them that credit. They're good kids. Shy though. Like, I don't waste money on stuff like trips to see Santa and stuff like that. Like, I don't do expensive ones because it's a waste of money. And I'll tell you why it's a waste of money. My kids are terrified of people dressed up. So, like, we spent loads of money one year doing the Polar Express and stuff like that, and they loved it. But as soon as anyone dressed up comes near them, they'll stop talking and they're really shy. So the complete polar opposite to me then. Which then makes like the rest of the experience rubbish. Because like, the whole point of it is that they're going to interact with the trained conductors and this, that and the other, but they'll not look at them, not do anything. And I'm like, oh God. Same with like, we took them to see Santa today. But it wasn't about seeing Santa. There was like a train ride, and other little bits and stuff like that. And that stuff they absolutely loved. As soon as they come to go and visit Santa, they wouldn't look at him. They're like, basically, they blink at my missus, and my missus has to translate through blinks. So I'd love to do really cool things with them, but it would just be a waste. Oh, my missus is sharing videos with me now, so it must be a hint. No, she's not. No. She's just sending me funny dog videos. My dog's a knob as well, so she's a proper space invader. She will not let me sit next to my missus whatsoever. So it's the same as like if I'm lying on the bed watching TV, she'll come up and just put herself between the two. I think she owns my missus. Oh, I'll tell you what, getting an NFCI in my toes, a non-freezing cold weather injury. My feet are cold. But what's the temperature in here? 7 degrees. That's not that bad. Oh, it looks like I'm going to get to the top of this climb and then I'll knock it on the head. But gotta say thanks to everyone who's been in chat. Really have kept me occupied. I'll do an hour and a half. That's what I'll do. That'll probably get us to the top of the climb. The next round number then, an hour and a half, isn't it? Did say I was only going to do an hour, like, but... And I could have changed routes after I've done the recce. But no, it's been great chatting. There's like good bit of info off people. Bit of a prod to Noah. Come on, get this tribe on the ladder. We want to see them. We want to see some good racing. And some good Ks on the bike. Do you know the other thing is I'm really close to my lightning socks. So be interested to see where that is. So I think I was at like 96%. So I don't think I've been doing enough watts per hour to kind of to make that happen. But maybe by the end of the week, by the end of next week or whatever. I don't know how many I needed. I think I remember Chris telling me in chat how many we get per hour or whatever, depending on watts per kilo. It might have been ages ago with that. I am in awe when I see TJ with his toilet paper socks. Like, because I'm still trying to get the lightning socks. And he's done the full challenge. And obviously they're the only wearable in Zwift that has any benefit. Well, I've got my flame socks, which I was really happy with. But that's just, you get to level 50, don't you? Right, let's have a look. 3, 2, 1, boom. Right. First of all, let's have a look at challenges. Oh, 4 power units. 98%. So, can I get 4 power units in an hour? I don't know. Someone will know. Does that mean if I'm zone 2 tomorrow, I might get another 2 power units, put me at 48, and then race Monday? And let's have a look in the garage. I don't know if it'll let me because I haven't stopped yet. Thanks, Noah. Right, just come to the stop. Right, let's have a look at the frame. Garage. Oh, wrong one. Let's have a look at the garage now then. Or will it be on there if I'm still in the game? Alright, okay. So 33k I've got to do tomorrow on that one. Let's upgrade it. Yeah, in flight. In flight. Yeah, in flight. Alright. And then what more on me? What is that? What have I got left to do on that? Oh, 37. Right, that's what I mean, 200 kilometers for the first upgrade and that. What have I got on my S-Works? On my Athos? If I'd done the ride tomorrow, then I would probably get the upgrade on that, but I don't need that. Oh, best not get back on the bike that I need to be on. I need to be on that, otherwise I'll forget. Right, time to sign off for the evening. What I do like though is when it comes up, I like this this new screen that comes up at the end. This one, the progress report. I'm a big fan of this. Because I probably could have just done this and that would have told us how much I've got left to upgrade. That would have been even better, wouldn't it? Cheers, Jamie. Thanks for chatting away. Same with you, Adam, Chris, Dwayne, any others that have been on to say hello. Thanks very much. I'm going to sign off for the evening. Have a good rest of the evening, everyone. Right, bye-bye.